We're back, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another... Dude, trademark. Even though no one else can really hear it, I'm always afraid of hitting the microphone and making a bunch of noise, but you really can't hear it.
Well, dude, every episode I fuck with the microphone as soon as we record.
Oh, yeah.
Doing it again.
I don't really change any settings, but...
Wait, which way do I have to... Oh, this way to get it tighter, right?
Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey.
Feels like it's getting loose. Oh,
Nothing's more...
whatever.
No, you ever doing something around the house and you accidentally like loosen it instead of tighten, or like you do the opposite direction of what you want? You're always like,
anytime it's I'm undoing a screw underneath something, I can't think of which way is the right.
Oh yeah,
because I'm like, this is right or no, this is right. It's so confusing.
There's guys that you'll always work with a guy who'll call you out on. He's like, that's the wrong way.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah, like you're a fucking idiot. It's like,
it's like, listen, we're all at this dead end job. We're all idiots. For ending up here.
And wouldn't it be dumber if I knew right from left, no matter the situation?
Yeah.
What am I focusing on? That I know right from left. Yeah. You flip me upside down, and I know up from right. Come on.
I'm also really bad with like general directions, like north and south.
I'm actually really good at that, and I don't know how I acquired it, but if you drop me somewhere, I can kind of, like, if I feel it out for a minute, I can figure out which way is north.
Yeah, you should get on one of those survival shows.
If the whole survival show was just which way is north.
Stand-up survival.
Yeah. If it didn't include any sort of survival skills besides knowing which way is north, west, and south, whatever, I could do that. I'm not eating... raccoons for sure, you know. You think they'd be good?
Raccoon meat?
Yeah. I heard squirrel meat's pretty good.
I
kind of want to fucking... We should kill a squirrel and eat it.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to just kill a squirrel in your backyard and eat
it? You just see someone strangling a squirrel. I feel like their bodies are so little that you couldn't really... They'd be like eating frogs' legs.
Yeah, but I think those are good too, aren't they?
We served them once at the last restaurant.
You gotta put this in front of you.
We served them at the last restaurant that I worked at.
Oh, really?
On special, but no, I don't think we sold a single order.
Yeah.
This is also in Greece, New York.
Right. Yeah.
They're
not cultured.
They want fried chicken. Our best-selling item was the chicken cutlet.
Right, but you were serving them frog cutlet. They had no idea. They're like, this is best name. I don't know, I'm doing a southern accent.
This is the best name.
That's how they talk in Greece, New York.
Greece, New York.
Goddamn.
Greece, New York, like the musical.
My big fat Greece, New York wedding.
Go Grease Lightning. That's what I say when I'm getting pussy. We were doing
this is so gay. I was thinking my big fat Greek wedding.
Oh.
You were thinking of the classic.
Yeah, with John
Grease.
Travolta.
Yeah.
You're the one that I want.
I know everyone.
That song actually gets me pretty hyped.
Yeah, that's a good song. But I think everyone already talks about this, but it is funny that they were like genuinely 30 to 40 years old playing high schoolers.
Yeah, dude, they can get away with that.
Dude, I just watched the dudes that wrote on Always Sunny, not the guys we know, but like the
staff
other writers. Yeah, they wrote The Mick. You ever watch that show?
I've heard of it.
Pretty funny. Yeah. They came out with a movie where it's like a teenage kids in high school being bad movie, which are funny. They're always funny. Seeing little kids swear is funny. But yeah, they had a movie like that, and they like show this girl that's supposed to be in high school. They have like, while she's talking, her tit falls out, and I had to Google before I said anything. I was like, let me Google. She was like 28 years old.
Oh, okay.
Like, this is hilarious. She's like a 30-year-old playing a high schooler.
But in the 70s, that I could definitely see in the 70s them like have like an underage person just being like,
dude, there's movies that we like just accept because
they're classics.
They're class. What's the one where a very famous woman like makes out with this young kid like in the behind the scenes footage like as a joke, and the kid is like 10.
Whoa.
And she I wish I
Is
not
it like
Winona
a popular
Ryder
movie?
but somebody like that. I can't think of the actress or the movie.
Well, there's a movie called Birth where a woman and a child take a bath together.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're both naked in a bath.
What about that one? What's it called? Like Brown Fox or Brown
Bunny?
Brown Bunny. Yeah, where the guy comes and the girl like
he gets like a full blowjob.
Yeah, it was just a guy that.
You know that guy's from Buffalo.
Is he really?
Yeah,
that checks out. Weinstein too.
No, he's Italian.
Yeah. Well, Weinstein.
Oh, Harvey Weinstein. Yeah, he's from. He went to like UB or whatever.
He's not. Maybe he's not from Buffalo, but he lived there for a while.
He's definitely a lizard person.
Yeah. Yeah, he had like a button cock or something. They said, or egg cock.
I love how bad people have the horrible penises. It makes me feel good about myself.
Yeah, but I also have a theory that they just know like this is the only time I can humiliate this guy in the court of law, and nobody's gonna say shit. Like, they could describe his dick. Worst dick I've ever fucking seen. Disgusting, tiny. Like, you're just like, go to jail, you piece of. And I'm for it.
These are all internal thoughts I have whenever I see a hot girl like at the gas station. I like in my head. That's
exactly what I was gonna say. Is they just know that he will live forever with insecurity.
Yeah,
I bet he had like a normal cock. Although I did hear that it was like on record that he had to inject his penis to get hard, which I guess is common at a certain age.
I mean, I would try it at least once.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I guess I've never been that desperate.
I've never done needles.
Yeah, me neither. I've had a lot. I was thinking
about. Blood work. I couldn't do steroids because I eat like shit and I drink too much beer to like being fat on steroids is like no, dude, you got to be a bodybuilder, bro.
Dude, I've watched 2 people in my life do steroids in front of me, and both times they were way too like chill. Like I was like, this is a doctor should be doing.
It's cool.
Like an at-home needle, like a needle, dude. You know how they like squirt it out? That's like to get air bubbles out and shit. I'm like, I wouldn't trust myself to be like, I got that. I'm not putting air into my lungs.
But people who do steroids are very confident.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, is it a chicken or the egg? It's a chicken or the egg type of situation. Are they confident because of steroids or
because of steroids?
Yeah, but I'm saying the first time they did it, they couldn't. They must not have been confident, right? But they had the confidence to put a fucking needle in their ass.
I've never been offered steroids once in my life, but I gotta be. I feel like once you're at a certain level, people are like, "You're awesome."
Yeah, I was just gonna say I don't think anybody's offered steroids, but you're right. I think you get to a certain physique where people are like, "Well, that's about all."
No, it's a real thing. You get to a certain physique. It's true.
Yeah.
You get to a certain physique, so you think a bunch of women will talk to you, but it's really just other dudes.
Oh yeah.
They'll just walk up to you and talk to you.
Yeah.
You get the effect that you want on women just on other dudes who work out as hard as you do.
Well, as somebody that was friends with somebody that was a meathead steroid, I meant to say steroid, meathead, whatever. He did steroids and was like jacked as fuck. He would, everywhere we went, he would be flocked by men wanting to talk to him about his muscles.
Yeah.
And it was so weird, and it would always be like the most fratty type guys that would want to talk to him. But then in his head, that meant that all women, like he genuinely thought like if a girl says I'm unattractive, she's just lying because she's embarrassed or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's so funny to me because I'm like, you're taking what guys are giving you. I'm like, yeah, you might be right around all gay guys. Yeah, you probably nobody would say no to you, but chicks are different. Like chicks like fat guys. And
I don't know about that one.
Sometimes they do. You've gotten laid before, right?
Yeah, that was before I got fat.
Oh, shit. No, you've gotten...
That's why I started a podcast. You think I was getting laid, I'd be in the attic.
That's a fair point.
I mean to insult you.
Yeah.
I'll be trying to be self-deprecating.
No, I was just trying to add to it, and I blanked.
Like, yeah. Well, I've been working in the office, so I ran... yesterday. I went for a run last night. I was proud of myself.
Do you see how easy it is though, like working at a desk job? Like, because whenever I was working like a manual labor job and my friends would talk about their desk job, I was like, yeah, dude, you sit there, just go work at. But then when you're sitting at a desk, you're like, I think I'm more tired after a day sitting at a desk than when I was like doing construction.
Yeah.
Because your body is just like in like trying to stay awake mode all day.
Also starving the whole
day. Yeah. All you think about is food because you're just sitting there. Yeah. You're like, what could get me out of this depression? Food.
When I was over yonder on the solar field, I never really was. I was just trying to get warm.
Yeah, and you're burning calories while not thinking about food. Yeah. And office jobs are the exact opposite. All you think about is food, and you're burning 0 calories.
Yeah.
It's
a fake job.
It's fucking terrible.
It's a fake job for certain.
Yeah.
And so my I was alone in the office all week, but there was a dude who knew everything in the morning, so I would just try to get as much info from him as possible. Yeah. And I was just a secretary pretty much because I didn't really know, like I didn't know it.
Well, whenever you start a new job, you are a secretary. Yeah. It's like, somebody cut, like they're like, answer the phone. Yeah. Like, what am I going to do?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That was my reaction.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, you're like, hi. Oh, I know nothing. Let me pass you along to somebody that knows something. Yeah.
Like, this one person was trying to, like, move from Niagara Falls to Farmington, but there's like a stop like on the other. I was like, I don't know how to quote this.
Yeah. Dude, we're doing the same shit. I have to quote shit. Yeah. That's my job. Yeah.
So really, all I do is just confess that I don't know what I'm doing and try to be humble. That's all I do.
Dude, my job is like sale. Like it's technically a sales job. People will call in and be like, they'll like ask for a quote, and I'm like, oh, perfect. I know number. Like I know how to get you a price.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, oh, and also, can we walk through the specs on this? And I'll just be like, I'm not really familiar with this item. I say that 3 times a day.
I'm a hack.
Yeah, no, literally, it's just admitting like, I'm just here to make money. I have no idea.
Like, dude, no one called for 3 hours, and all I was supposed to do. The thing is, I couldn't go anywhere.
So you just had to sit there and wait for calls.
Yeah,
That's terrible.
I had to be at the
and
computer.
Then you can't leave.
Well, I was waiting for the guys to call me to take payments over the phone. So when they call, I can take the payments right then and there. Mm-hmm. So I have to have access to the computer to take the payments, and I also have to take the calls. So my mission was to just hold down the fort in the office by myself. You can't leave. Yeah. And so it was like house sitting kind of, but you can't jerk off.
I can't relate to anything more.
Like that's why I kept texting you all day.
Yeah, dude. Now you see why I'm annoying as fuck because I'm like, bro, I gotta tell somebody. Yeah. I listen to something. Dude,
and the thing is, because it's a moving company, we have so many couches that the customers don't want that we keep like the warehouse is filled with couches. So I just,
bro.
So I was
that's torture.
So for like a good 45 minutes, I was just lying down, holding a pillow, just trying not to fall asleep.
That's and
there was
torture.
Another office across the hall with like someone like working at a desk, just like watching me lie down.
I think if they're judging you, they're lying to themselves because it's like, dude, there's couches here. If you had the choice,
the thing is, I'm a good worker. The reason they put me in the office is because I was like trustworthy, dependable. Right. Like I'm a good worker.
Yeah.
But like I'll do too much, and it was the wrong thing to do. Like I like reorganized something or whatever. They're like, no, you shouldn't have done that. We need.
You said that. I had to take a deep breath when you said that because that has been my entire professional career, whatever you want. Yeah. Me being at jobs has always been like, I'm the fuck up, I'm the loser.
Yeah.
And then they're like, you gotta turn things around. And I start trying really hard.
Yeah.
And they're like, it was better when you did nothing, dude. How are you fucking up this bad? Like at work recently, I've been like trying, because I have a feeling I'm getting fired.
Oh,
so I've been like trying really hard. And the harder I try, the more fuck up. Because then I'm like accepting responsibility.
Yeah.
And then they're realizing like, he sucks. Like he can't do this.
Dude. So I feel the same way too. I have absolutely no confidence.
Yeah, in and I'm trying. It's not even like I don't have confidence. I think I'm doing it right, and then like at the end of the month, they're like, "Wait, what happened with all this?" I'm like, "Oh, I guess I forgot." And they're like, "Saying you forgot at a job, you're just not allowed to forget."
Yeah,
and it's so annoying because I understand how insane that sounds. Like, yeah, no shit, but people forget, like, once in a while, but it seems that every time I forget, it's the most important thing to not forget. And everything I remember doesn't fucking matter. It's so infuriating. I'm having a hard time at work lately.
Because I'm like, hey guys, I found an extra pen, and they're like, what? Who cares?
Yeah, they're like, throw it out. We don't use pens. It's all digital.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, right. Like, all my notes just get thrown away.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I went through like this list of people to follow up with and call, and I'm like, you know that feeling when you like start feeling like a good worker, where you're like, oh, I'm like. Being nice on the phone. I like had that feeling, and then they would be like, that's not the list we wanted you. And I'm just like, well, before, like when I didn't try hard, I would have just not done this, and then they would have been like, here's the list, call them, and then I would have done it right. But since it was on my own, I was like, here, I'll do this, and they're like, you idiot.
Is all wrong.
Like, I don't know what to do, dude. It's just bag of dicks that I eat each and every day.
Here, let's
and we're back.
Yeah, man. So this nice lady gives me a Best Buy gift card.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot what we were talking about.
I was like, all right, I'm gonna buy Adobe Premiere after work.
How much was the gift card for, if you don't mind me?
$100.
Not bad.
It came with her new refrigerator.
That
She brought a fridge from Best Buy.
That's the sweetest thing I've ever heard. Yeah. That's like something my grandma would do. Like, I don't even know how to use this thing. Here you go.
Like, I'm gonna
is the cat? You got to rip it in half. How do you get the cash out of here?
Action figure.
Yeah. You're like, oh.
I buy a fucking one of those love pillows or anime stick on it.
Yeah, you're like, is there a hole in this pillow anywhere?
Could you imagine? You buy an anime doll and be like, is there a vagina installed?
How tight are the seams on this? on the edge of the pillow.
Sorry, this is a Cat in a Hat plushie, sir.
It's about to be a cock and a pussy.
Oh, dude, my favorite memory is wherever we tried to fuck Dave's cats.
Yes, and you'd get so mad.
Fuck my cats.
There's nothing funnier than somebody getting mad at something that you were doing to try to get them mad, and they're just falling for it.
Oh, dude, that's me at the moving company every day.
It's the best, dude. And what's funny is I was on the receiving end of that my whole life. I have 2 older brothers. So they would, and I remember at one point, my one brother told me, he was like, don't you get it? Like, it delights us when you're upset. And I was like, oh, you cocksucker. And from then on, I was just like, yay, if you just don't let, like, if somebody's making fun of you, you just go along with it. You know what I would do in high school a lot? People would, like, we'd all be, like, shit-talking, and I'd, like, make fun of somebody, and somebody would say something about my mom, and I would go harder. I'd be like, yeah, I'd fuck her. I would just say, and they would be like, oh, dude. And then nobody would say shit.
You took it too far.
Yeah, and I'd be like, that's right, motherfucker. You want to do that? I would never attack them.
You want to see something crazy?
Yeah, I'm like, I'll show you something crazy.
Yeah,
dude.
That's how we both ended up being comedians.
Yeah, I look back at that, and I genuinely think that was the start, because I'm like, I don't have a line. I'll shit on my... I mean, I don't want her to, I don't want her to be hurt.
I've just been shit on my whole life.
Yeah.
Currently, like the other day, this one dude at work, he was like giving me such a hard time for being late. I had to go to the bank. The bank doesn't open till 9.
Yeah. And Jobs don't know that.
And I wasn't even scheduled till 11:30.
Brother, the amount of times I've been at an employer's and they've been like, go to the bank, and then I get there and I'm like, oh, it's 7:30 or whatever. And they're like, what? I'm like, there's no way you don't know what time the fucking bank's open. If you're sending somebody every day, you know what time the bank's open. Why would you do this?
The bank's always open
and then
at the
I'm
worst
an
time.
asshole? Yeah.
Like, it's not my fault.
I hate jobs so much. I know that's like a communist thing to say.
But I was getting mad because this one dude was talking like shit about me being late. So I was like, I got mad, and then he laughed at me. It was so embarrassing. So I just went to the truck and I sat by myself, and then I came back. Didn't say a word the rest of the day. Felt good about that.
That's the move. That's the move. Because either unless they keep enjoying you being silent, then what you can't do is snap and let them think you're like a psycho, because then then it's like it worked on you. They're like, oh, I pissed him off, and he's like, he doesn't know how to handle. Because then they're like, oh, you can't take it, baby. Yeah. So you either gotta whatever they're making fun of. This is my pussy version. Yeah. My entire life, if somebody's at a job or whatever, I make fun of myself along with them until I'm like, oh, you think I'm not in on the joke. You still think I'm like, and then I lose it.
Yeah, that's my problem. Yeah, I just hate that shit so much. Yeah, because I was like, because he's all like, he's too hood for his own good. Yeah, like it's too like he's
might be the name of my
a lot of I'm sorry to say it, a lot of customers find him there's like scared of him. Yeah, just because he doesn't speak proper English.
Right. Is it? May I ask the ultimate question?
His name's Marquell.
I was gonna ask.
Oh, dude, I hate him so much. But
I was gonna ask what his.
I hate him so much, but his life sucks so hard. But he's also like I told him that I wasn't trying to hear it, or like I was like, dude, I'm not gonna sit in the truck with you talking like this. And he's like, so he just like egged me on, kind of like how Julio would be. Yeah. Yeah, like just like a dick. But look how Julio ended up.
Right. Wait, who's Julio?
He's the guy at the restaurant who like pulled a knife on me. Oh,
okay, yeah. Like, dude, I thought if I said it would come back to me, and then you said it twice, and I was like, fuck, I don't know who that is.
It doesn't matter. But there's like every job I've had, there's always been like this like guy who's too old to be working there, just being like, I don't tolerate any disrespect from anybody. And they're the most disrespectful ones.
Of course, dude. Yes, anybody that has like a problem with disrespect. Yeah, I've talked about this so many times. Like anybody whose big thing is respect, it sucks. Yeah, because it's like, yeah, dude, nobody owes anybody respect. Like, and I get like a baseline of respect. Like they don't treat you like a toddler. But, like, if they're just, like, not that nice to you, it's like, oh, they disrespect. It's like, no, they just don't give a fuck. It's not like they're, like, coming after your heritage or whatever the fuck.
So he was just picking on me, which I hate getting picked on at this age, especially after, like, training, like, MMA and shit. But the thing is, I can't threaten to, what am I going to be like?
Wait, when you say picked on, what do you mean by that?
Like I was like, he was just like kept talking shit. I was pretty much telling him to stop talking, and so he just like kept talking more. Childish.
Right.
Childishness. So and then I went outside, and this other guy, Rob, like said something, and I was like, dude, I don't even want to fucking work here anymore. And then like that Markel guy was like laughing out loud, like he didn't find it funny. He was just laughing to like mock.
Right. Yeah. Big brother shit. Yeah.
So I just went and I sat in the truck by myself. I came back and he didn't say anything the rest of the day.
That's the move, dude. You gotta like, because when you feel like you're gonna snap, you have to just be like, I might not come back in the best mood, but I will come back at least calmer than
instead of being like, I'll beat the shit out of you, pussy.
Because then it's the opposite. Yeah. You snap and then you walk away, and then it's weird. Yeah, and then you're like, now I like said shit.
All I really cared about, because it was in front of all the movers, all I really cared about was making sure that the other guys didn't really care. Yeah. And when I saw him later that day, no one really cared. Right. And that's all that really mattered.
Yeah, as long as you're not like the
laughing stock.
Yeah, you're not like the guy that everyone's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no. I just I had a moment where I got upset in front of everybody, but I didn't spaz too hard. And I'm proud of myself for that.
Well, let me ask you a question. How mad would this have made you? So, you go to work, you work all day, you have a terrible day. People are calling you, and they're like, what the fuck? And you're on the phone. Your boss is on speakerphone, turned up the highest it can go, while you're on the phone. Dude, my office has 4 people in it. I was on
the phone around each other?
No, not even. I was on this kind of phone, like up to my ear. My boss was on speakerphone. And then this girl walked in just like talking about whatever. I had to plug my ear. I'm like, there's 4 of us. This is unacceptable. So I'm like, the whole day, I'm fucking furious.
Dude, I can't talk on the phone unless I'm like in Ellison Park.
Exactly. I have to be like away. I couldn't think. The guy was asking me questions. I'm like, I'm sorry. What was that? Like I was so mad all day. then I'm like, the day winds down. I'm like, all right, I'm going to get home. I'm going to put on my running shoes and just fucking sprint right away. So I get my backpack. I go outside. Absolutely pouring rain as I walk to my car. Like, not the kind of pouring. Like, I can run in the rain. If it's pouring, like, I'm like, I'm not going to get soaked head to toe. Yeah. So I left work pissed off. I go home. My girlfriend's, like, in a bad mood, whatever. Yeah. I work out. I do like kettlebells and shit, lift weights. I go for a run. I sprint out my rage. But by now, I get home. It's about 6:37, and I am fucking starving. I haven't eaten since noon, and it's so 7 hours. Yeah. That's a decent gap in eating.
Yeah,
and working out and shit, dude. I was starving. So I sit on the couch. My girlfriend's like doing shit, and I'm like, hey. I don't feel, at first I offered to cook stuff, and she was like, that doesn't sound good to me. That doesn't sound good to me. I was like, all right, I'm going to order food. We're on like kind of a diet, like we're trying to eat healthy. So I suggest this Mediterranean place, Aladdin's.
Yeah, it's a great spot.
Awesome
good food. Value.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Yeah,
the best I don't like value. The Monroe Ave location because all the homeless.
Yeah, I don't know where my food when I Grubhub it. I don't know, but yeah, I agree.
I much prefer on the
dude. Canal. Monroe Ave is zombie land. It's crazy.
It's like Austin.
Texas it keeps getting worse. Yeah. I can't believe it. But anyway, so
I think everyone who spends any amount of time on Monroe Ave has smoked crack. I'm talking about shop
nowadays,
owners, shop owners, tenants, landlords. I think it's just a crack.
5 years ago, that wasn't the case, and now I used to work on Monroe Ave, and you walked out, and there was like areas of it where there'd be like insane people, but for the most part, it was like there was like cool bars. Now it's like all those bars are gone. That burrito place is gone. It's just like old west country, whatever.
It's a terrible place.
But anyways, so I'm like, how about Aladdin? She's like, yeah, that sounds good. I was like, all right, pull up Grubhub on your phone so we can both do this at the same time because I'm starving. So I laid the groundwork for, I'm starving, let's figure this out.
Yeah.
So
how long did it take?
Brother, it took about 20 minutes, I would say, 25. Oh. And this is what, dude, I was so mad. So I pick what I want in 10 seconds. Yeah. And then I'm being nice. I'm like, she's like, oh, I don't know if I want this. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's good. But yeah, I get that. Yeah, you don't like that. But she's getting to. So finally she picks something. And so I add it to the cart. And I'm like, all right, is that everything? Do you want anything else? Like, I'm being nice. I'm like, I'll get you you want an appetizer? You want? No, I think that's good. But I know her. She's still scrolling. So I don't press send yet. I just wait a minute. I'm like, and then I'm like, am I good to send? And she's like, I don't know. And then I'm like, all right. And I give like another minute. And then she's like, wait, did you submit it yet? And I go, no, not yet. I had my thumb on the fucking button. And I was like, why? And she's like, I'm just looking to see if there's a better restaurant.
Oh, hell no.
Bro. And this is how, tell me if this is, what I wanted to do was fucking break everything in our apartment and be like, get out. Like, what are you doing? You want to change the restaurant?
You said I am physically I am hungry.
Bro, that's how I started the conversation.
Like, as a favor, be on the ball.
Yes. Like,
because I am very
and
hungry.
I was being, dude, trying so hard to be cool. I had the worst day at work. And so I go, babe, we're not switching. I promise you this was the exact tone. I said, we're not switching the restaurant when I'm about to press the order. And she goes, you're so fucking mean when you're hungry. You become this mean guy. And I lost it, dude. I was like, I'm mean? I'm so fucking hungry. I worked out. I ran.
Yeah.
And then, so she's... Things are not good at home right now. But brother, can you imagine something making you more angry? You finally, my stomach was making audible, loud ass noises. I'm so fucking hungry.
Did you get the Aladdin's or?
Yes. She walked away and I pressed that. I'm like, I don't. You want to
ate in silence.
If you want to add something to the menu, that's already, to be honest, annoying. Yeah. Because it's like you picked what you wanted, we talked about it, whatever. Change the restaurant?
Yeah.
Then I have to look up new
yeah.
Oh, no, brother.
Oh, dude. Yeah,
I was so mad. And then calling me mean? I'm like, no, you're mean.
Being mean.
You're torturing me.
Yeah.
I'm trying. All I want is a goddamn salad with chicken on it, dude. That's all I want.
Yeah, it's not that. There is no better restaurant.
Yes. Oh, dude. Anywho, love you, babe.
Yeah, dude. That's so funny. You know what sucks is like I've been single like the whole time I've been a chef, so like I always like think about like going like I've just been going to dinner and like cooking for myself. That, like I could not even imagine going through that situation. Like,
bro,
that. It's like the grass is always greener, where it's like I never have a problem like that, but also like I'm eating alone.
Yeah, no, and I was talking to somebody earlier today. I was talking to one of my friends about this before this whole situation started, of how like when you're single, you are responsible. Like if you have a girlfriend, like once in a while she'll cook maybe, or like clean. Like you have like a system a little bit. And when you're single, like you're still in charge of all of that, but it's just you. And I wasn't good at cooking until like right before me and Liz started dating. So I got good at cooking, and now I'm just making for two people, and it's great but sometimes I'm just like, I know what I want tonight, and I know she hates it, and that pisses me off.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Like, I want a steak and a potato. And
she doesn't like that?
She does, but I could eat that every single day. Yeah. And I know it's pretty good. Girls think meat is unhealthy. They think that's, like, the cause for... It's like, no, you're eating chemicals. Like, you're eating tofu chemicals. Like, she'll get, like, prepackaged tofu. I'm like, this is not healthier than chicken, I promise you.
Yeah.
Like, it's... Oh, dude. Anyways, that's the end of my bitching about.
Yeah, no, tofu's garbage.
It is, dude. It's like the amount of protein. Like if you look up the nutrition facts for, it's dog shit. And this isn't just my current girlfriend. This has been multiple girlfriends. They buy like protein shakes, and they cannot buy whey protein. So they buy like
the plant-based,
and whatever. I'm sure there's great plant. I looked up the one that she got, and it's like the amount of protein's like half of whey. There's more calories. There's more. I'm like, this is garbage. You just saw plant and you bought it. Like, that shit bothers me. It's like, just look into one thing.
Yeah.
Look into it once.
Yeah, do some research.
Yeah. If you Google, like, is steak bad for you? It'll be like, no, unless you eat only steak. Or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, red meat has like cholesterol.
Yeah, like you can't eat it but I don't even think think that's like old school thought. That's like when they told us to eat cereal for every meal.
But also these people are putting like rubbing their steak in like butter and shit.
Sauces. Right. Yeah, like that's don't put fucking cream sauce on it, but if you're just eating a steak and a potato, like a sweet potato, you'll probably lose weight.
Yeah.
Like,
because it's satiating.
It is. Well, that's the thing is like I remember reading or watching.
Because I dated a girl who was a vegan, and the food was always giving me a stomach ache.
Yeah, dude.
Like we'd be like sleeping or whatever, and I'd like wake up in the middle of the night, and it was like the most like my stomach was like the wave pool at Seabreeze.
Oh,
it was
dude,
like,
it was
like whoa, 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 whoa,
I
whoa,
know.
I was like, oh my god,
I know why that is. I just listened to a podcast where they're talking about this. It was like some exercise science guy, whatever. And he was saying, like, when your muscles don't have enough, animal fat and protein, it's the craziest type of hunger where your body makes, like, noise. He was like, that's because your muscles are literally, like, we don't have the right type of fat and protein.
Anemic. Yeah.
Yeah, like, we need animal, and I'm sure... You can get, like, if you're on a vegan diet, you can figure it out, but you have to, like, track that shit.
Dude,
if you just eat meat, your body doesn't do that.
Dude, I've been eating I had fast food for breakfast and for lunch after work, but I couldn't leave.
I love fast food breakfast. I think that's if I had to have one breakfast forever.
Oh, I had a great experience. Actually, I want to talk about it right now.
Taco Bell breakfast is great.
Yes.
Breakfast.
Yeah. So, I had a great breakfast experience this morning. I'll tell you all about it.
Please do.
So I go to. I used my last. The only groceries I had were eggs and some frozen sweet potatoes.
Okay.
Ate them last night, so I had no breakfast.
When you say frozen sweet potatoes, the cubes?
No, it was like a specialty item at Aldi's.
Ooh.
You know, in the little
chest
freezers, they had this like artisanal potato and carrot blend.
Oh, nice. But it was like chopped?
Yeah,
or
it's chopped,
okay.
frozen. It was like you could.
For some reason, I was imagining a whole frozen sweet potato.
Oh, no. Oh, my God.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why. I was like, but that is something they would have at Aldi. If they had it anywhere, I'd be like, at Aldi's, they're like, put it in the microwave for 45 minutes.
Is it already like taking too long to boil?
Yeah.
Or, like, is it taking too long to bake in the oven?
Yeah.
You want to prolong it?
They're like,
harder?
Here, it'll be way longer.
You want it to be soggy when you
Yeah, because they do they do take forever already. If it was frozen, that would be a nightmare.
That would be a sketch somewhere.
Yeah. That's so funny. A frozen potato.
We decided to make cooking harder.
Although, dude, you know what makes me more angry than anything? Have you ever gotten a potato wrapped in like the plastic wrap? You know, like they're individually wrapped in plastic. Yeah. If you bring that home, the next day it's moldy because as soon as it's not wherever the fuck they keep it, the humidity just fills and it's moldy the next
fuzzies.
day. It's and not to bitch about my girlfriend again, but I've asked her to buy potatoes a few times, and she always gets those ones, and the next day they're moldy, and I'm just like, yeah, it's whatever. It's whatever.
Let's just keep making the same mistakes.
We'll just never learn from our mistakes. We'll just do that over and over again.
I mean, that's how I buy bags and bags of kale.
I do. I do the same thing. I'm not trying.
I think about how much oil I eat with the bag of kale over time. You ever think about that?
I do. With eggs, I do.
Because I make eggs.
Yeah.
But then I'll throw kale in right after I take the eggs out, and I'll drizzle the oil over it.
Yep.
And stir it in with and I have a nice little scrambled eggs, kale on the side.
Yeah, and it's definitely it's still healthier.
Oil,
yeah. Well, if it's olive oil,
you know what's good? You know what's a good hack I did is the spray.
Yeah,
I feel like the spray is just
because it gets it more
covers more of the surface area and just less
with less oil. Yeah, that is true.
But
that is nice. I like that spray.
Yeah, it's a satisfying meal. Scrambled eggs and kale, like it. That's such a That's pure sustenance.
I like spinach. I like spinach. Spinach, scrambled eggs, and avocado.
Oh,
that's my if I could have it every day, that's what I would have.
Taco Bell breakfast used to have the crunch wraps.
Bro.
They had 3 different kinds, bro. It's crazy.
Used to. They still do, don't they?
Oh, fuck.
I think I didn't get a crunch wrap, but I almost did. But yeah, they have like the California style, the regular style.
Which California style just means avocado and like tomatoes.
Which is so funny. Yeah. They're just like, I guess Spanish. I don't know. Your Taco Bell, dude. You're supposed to be all Spanish.
Dude, speaking of which, you ever go inside a Taco Bell? They always smell like a urinal cake.
No, never been. Yeah.
Going inside Taco Bell, that always smells like a urinal.
Yeah,
bro.
It does.
It's like the most.
It does. It kind of just looks like a big urinal too.
Like how long does it take to eat Taco Bell? Why are there chairs? I only eat Taco Bell in the car.
Yeah. No, in the car or the most hungover ever on the couch.
Yeah, but I'll get the small size potato burritos. They're $2. I'll get 2 of them.
I know. Yeah.
I'll get the large burrito sometimes, the steak one, and I'll get a steak.
Wait, are you talking breakfast burrito?
Yeah.
Yes, the steak burrito. That's what I got the other day.
Satisfying,
bro. I lived in Phoenix. They have like unlimited Mexican food. I've gotten so many when I was out there. There's one, but breakfast burritos to me they fuck up in the way they put too much. It's the start of my day, dude. Like I don't want it to ruin. Like they make it like it's like this festival. It's like, dude, I need a little bit of food, and it's fine if it's like, but some of them would be like French fry, like too much shit.
Oh yeah.
But Taco Bell breakfast burrito. It's the perfect size. It's the perfect amount. And I don't feel bad. I feel like I'm like, it was a tortilla, eggs.
Burger King gives me the worst feeling when I eat their breakfast. Mm-hmm. It's like...
They put like cinnamon and everything.
Yeah, and then you get an iced coffee there, and it's half fucking whatever creamer. And then I asked for them not to do it, and they're like, they're like, it's always...
It comes out of the spout with creamer, which, what an insane...
But I will say this. There was a Burger King on the way, so I stopped for breakfast there.
On the way to work?
Yeah. And I'll take a swig of that.
It's water.
But. It's agua. But I was surprised to see.
Easy there, Tiger. You know, it's so funny. I tried to not make a face.
I'm drunk right now.
I tried to act like it genuinely was water, and then I took my one eyelid.
You did the classic drunk cartoon.
Yeah.
You know when they're like laying in a barrel and they're like moving the bubbles. Yeah.
There's like X's on the bubbles.
Yeah.
That's a strong beverage.
And we're never gonna make a penny as long as we show alcohol consumption.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah, dude, doesn't it suck? It's not like how YouTube used to be.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. All my favorite podcasts bleep now.
But I don't even care that we average like 3 views an episode either. No. So it's not. I mean, who cares?
Yeah. I don't care.
Yeah. So, but anyway,
we will eventually care.
Yeah. No, you're not supposed to care about your podcast.
No. This is. I've said this a million times. We're doing open mic podcasting right now. Why would we want anyone to see that?
Yeah, exactly.
This is for us.
Promoting this.
No, this is, dude. We're gonna be 80 years old, holding hands on our respective deathbeds.
Yeah.
Me and you next to each other. Hold that like the Notebook.
We're texting each other. I can't read this. What'd you say? What?
And then we're gonna be listening to these old podcasts like, oh, what a bunch of dumb. Yeah. And by then, like, you know, we'll probably be like a different gender or something. And we'll be
dude, I was.
Shit.
But anyway, okay. Because I don't want to brag about our failing podcast. Well, it's not failing. I mean,
quit bragging, dude. We got 3 views. Quit bragging.
So, but
by the way, whoever the fuck you 3 are, it's probably just us.
If you've made it this far to this episode, God bless you. We love you.
And your mama's mama.
Your mama's mama and your baby's mama's mama. Dude,
I've been listening to a lot of Outkast lately.
Outkast is definitely good, like sophomore, junior year high school music.
You know what it's great for? When you're taking a shower in the morning and you don't want to do it, and you're in there and you and your mama got us. Or wait, me and your mom. What is it? Me and your daughter got a special thing going on. Dude, you're rubbing your armpits.
That's so funny.
That's the best.
I don't know if they have pitted olives or pitless olives. I'm taking a fucking shower before the food gets here.
The accuracy.
Adeline! You're the reason
for the word, bitch.
You just hear from the bathroom.
Oh, yeah. Dude, yeah, there's a girlfriend fight. There's nothing worse because...
I miss it. Can I take another sip?
Yeah.
I miss it.
No, I totally get the missing of it, but while you're in it, you're just like... Because every time you're like, are we breaking up? Like, is this... Because if we broke up, it would be a devastating blow. Like, my life would be fucked up. And I'm just like, do I just come home like everything's normal? How do I... Because, like, I apologized, and she's like, it's okay. And then, like, even when I was leaving, she was being weird. And I'm like, well, so what happens now?
You take a breath, you give each other space.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm here.
Yeah, so... No, and listen, anytime you get in a fight with your girlfriend, we'll plug in the microphone.
Yeah, we'll talk.
We'll pop the SD card.
We'll publicly post it. Yeah, let's do that.
No.
What's good is that the fact that we have 3 viewers, I know she's not one of them, so I'm letting her rip.
Trust me.
I go, if you wanted to be supportive, you would hear some awful shit about yourself.
It's going to be a while till we have female listeners.
Yeah. Oh,
it's
yeah.
It's going to be a while. Mm-hmm. Anytime I have shown this podcast to a woman, they have, like... refused to acknowledge me in public.
Yeah, that you got to stop doing that. Don't ever show a woman this.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
I haven't done it in a while. That's how you know it's such a bad thing to do. You broke.
Yeah, I saw you go into your soul and go, yeah, why am I? No, I haven't done it in a while.
Oh, dude. Oh, I'm so miserable.
No, I feel you, dog. I would love to tell anybody about this podcast, but I don't have the confidence. I don't know how people just like record. Like, I don't get the audacity of having a conversation with a buddy of yours and then being like, wait, you gotta listen to this.
Wait, did I tell you that, like, my chef at the last restaurant that I worked at said, I need you to come see me outside. And I go outside, and all the cooks are, like, lined up outside of his car, and he's playing that clip I did with Cindy where I was, like, talking about, like,
that's
Tinder in the future or whatever the fuck. He was just playing the clip in front of everybody.
How did he find it?
I don't know.
It's just like in the feed?
I guess if you look my name up, it's just like that's the first thing.
Oh, God, dude, mine's so much worse. I say, the one that I did, I was like, I remember watching it and being like, did I black out at Boulder Coffee on a Monday?
Oh, I remember a second. I have before. Probably.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I remember being blacked out. Like not.
I drink more at Boulder Coffee than I do at Firehouse Saloon.
Dude. When we were first starting, that was my favorite mic to get because nobody else was drunk. It's way more fun to be the drunk guy on stage in front of a sober audience than the other. If you're sober on stage and everyone else is drunk, you're just like, you just feel uncomfortable. But if you're drunk and everyone else is sober, you're like, what are you guys, fucking pussy? You're like, you feel like the man. And then you watch it after and you're like, oh, that was humiliating. But in the moment, it's the most fun ever. It's still wrong.
I'm just nosy.
Nosy on your own. On your own nose.
Yeah. No, yeah. Drinking at open mics. But anyway, I went to Burger King, and I was surprised to see they have Whoppers and Whopper Juniors on the menu.
For breakfast?
Yeah, for breakfast.
Are they different or just
the
regular? Oh, what animals, dude?
Hi.
They're getting greedy. They're like, we know what you want, dude.
You know you're a real fat little pig. You want a
they're like,
burger.
you came here for eggs? Yeah, right.
You want a Whopper?
Yeah, you want onions and ketchup.
I got a Whopper Junior. I did.
Yes.
I did it.
How could you not?
I asked him. They
tempted you.
I was like, could you crack an egg on the flat top? Do you think we have eggs in here?
They're like, what do you think this is, Red Robin? Get out of here.
Which, Red Robin is good.
So good. They put eggs on. I think every fucking burger of theirs has eggs on.
Like the Bacon Blue has an egg on it.
You're like, I get it, dude. You want us to have fucking...
a runny yolk.
Whatever the fuck, I couldn't think of anything.
But,
Vitamin K. I think that's an egg.
Ketamine?
Yeah. Oh, ketamine.
But it was awesome because I guess they were out of regular rolls, so they put it on a brioche bun. It changed my morning, to be honest.
Do you say broche or brioche?
Is pronounced brioche?
I don't know. This is what
Do we have to edit this part out?
No, I was just... You know when you say something one way and then you hear somebody say...
When I worked Wegmans, or when I worked at the sub shop...
That's what I was going to say. I feel like you would know better. I say brioche, but it's one of those things where it's like, once you said that, I was like, you would probably know better than I do.
At the bakery that I work at, I thought
they call it
I put caramel, but I swear to God, the master baker calls it caramel.
That's what I say. Wait, how do you say caramel? Caramel. I think I go back and forth. There's a bunch of words like that where it's like, depending on the vibe.
Maybe it's just Rochester is caramel.
Yeah.
We have a very nasally accent.
I had to say, I say my phone number every day. All I do is leave voicemails. That's my whole fucking job.
I would hate that because I'd hate for anyone to call me back, ever.
They never do, so that's nice. But I have to say my phone number, and I have...
You're just polluting fucking...
Yes,
Just like,
and dude,
it's like you're throwing a gum wrapper out every time you leave a voicemail.
Dude, one time I left a voicemail where my throat... Have you ever had, your throat is so dry you can't get words out? Like, it literally just stops working. One time I was leaving a voicemail, and halfway through, it was literally, I could not get words out. And I kept, I would, take this whole time I was on the phone, I'd be like swigging water, like
you're waterboarding yourself,
and I couldn't get it up. And then I ended the voicemail going sorry, and I just hung up. I was like cricket, cricket on Always Sunny. I could not get the words out. And then the other day, I have to say the words environmental and monitoring back to back. Try to say that. Environmental monitoring. See? That's what I did. So what you just did, environmental. I said it 3 times in a row on a voicemail. I was like, we rent environmental, or I was like, we rent environmental monitoring it. And I go, sorry about that. On a voicemail. I'm like, this guy's gonna hear my voice and immediately delete it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but then I know everyone in the office just heard me go environmental, like a fucking robot.
Yeah.
It was brutal.
Dude, all we ever hear in the office is everyone else's TikTok videos. You know when you just hear clips.
Oh, dude, my boss. It's so funny to have a boss, because my boss is like, he's old, but he's kind of tapped it. Like he has young kids. So, like, he'll be like, have you seen this TikTok about blah? But he is an old guy. So, like, if it's around lunchtime, I'll just hear, like, crazy shit coming from his phone. He doesn't realize he's just got a blast. I'm like, I think there's a certain age you get to where you're just like, nobody can hear that. It's like, how could we not hear that, dude? It's full blast.
He's on the hub.
Yeah, like, dude, I have an AirPod in my ear all day. In my right ear, I have one. So I like listen to podcasts and music. So that way, if I have to answer the phone, I can tap it and then answer the phone in my left ear. This dude, even when I have my AirPod in, I turn the volume down because I'm like, I feel like they can hear this. You know, do you ever feel like that when you're like, your volume is loud in your own ear?
Yeah.
And you're like, there's no way they can't hear this. But they definitely can. I feel like that every day. And then this dude is just like fucking full volume.
On his
phone. Everything's full volume. I'm just like, I dream of being that confident.
He is like the whatever general manager or whatever.
Vice president, I believe is
his
title.
Have you ever met the El Presidente?
Yeah, I've met there's only one guy that's like high up that I haven't met. The owner, I met like the
Isn't
second
it crazy
guy.
How exclusive? Business they do it
so
right,
weird.
dude. The exclusivity and the secret doors.
Yeah,
you're not ready to meet him yet.
Not on top of that, he's Scottish with a Scottish accent, and
he just knows a bunch about solar panels and lasers and shit.
And when I started at the company, they're like, "Oh, he's gonna call you." Like he calls everyone, and I still have not spoken to him once. And they're like, everyone's like, really? And I'm like, what is this guy? Like, it's like Zordon from Power Rangers. I'm like, is he going to come down?
Get out to my swamp. I can't do a Scottish accent. Donkey.
Yeah, well, shit, now I can't do it because
I blew it.
No, you just know. Now when I heard yours, now I want to do British.
Yeah.
Scottish. Fuck. That is Scottish, but that's like cartoons.
Yeah, dude, I can't do a Scottish accent.
I know. Dude, I used to be so good at accents and voices.
That's such an owner thing to do. Be like, ooh, get ready. He calls everybody.
Yeah. It's creepy.
He just never bothered to call you.
But then he'll send me like aggressive email. Like he'll email me like, is this something you're handling? I'm like, motherfucker, you've never even introduced yourself.
Like, and also, no.
Yeah, and also, no, I don't do my job, bitch. What am I going to show up, clock in, do stuff?
I'll confess to this story. It's great. This is during COVID, so it's not my fault.
Yeah,
it was a very hard time.
It was.
I remember when I was working at the computer refurbishment. Oh, I'm doing it myself, dude.
Environmental perforation.
Dude, should we just stop the podcast forever?
No, I like it. I like. I'm gonna start saying that I like when I fuck up like that, because then maybe I'll stop doing it.
Well, the owner was a German guy, and he was like kind of strange. He was very strange, but he's like a genius and like a multi-millionaire.
Did you know Hitler was German?
Oh,
fun fact.
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, we're back. I hope that worked.
We are back.
Let me tell you my Hitler thing.
Sure, yeah.
So, did you know that? So Hitler was like an artist. You ever seen his paintings? They're not bad. They're pretty good. But the reason he didn't get into art school is because he couldn't draw people.
Oh, really?
He had a hard time. And that made me think, do you think the thing that he had a hard time with was drawing noses, and that's why he hates Jews?
Why did... Yeah.
Everything about that is true until my theory. No, he got rejected from art school because he couldn't draw human. He could only draw landscapes, and they're like, well, you got to be able to draw humans. He's like, I can't do it.
For art school? I don't understand.
Yeah. Well, it was the 30s or whatever. They were like, nobody gives a fuck about a building and a sunset.
All the money
we want to see tits and noses
we
and face. Especially noses. We need noses. And he was like, I hate noses. Fuck. He was like, everyone with a nose that I can notice.
Jesus, man. I think I got
a joke. Fun joke.
People think I'm Jewish because of my nose sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, brother. Have you seen mine?
By the way,
no, you got a nice little Irish nose. You got a small nose. You don't have a big nose. Look at mine. Dude, I got a bump and everything.
Dude, well, let me tell you something. One time, I think it was your girlfriend. I made a comment about, I was like, oh, maybe I should get glasses. And then someone gasped. They went, oh, don't. Like when I was like, oh, I should.
I'm trying to think of what that could even mean, though.
No, what I'm saying is like they were like, don't wear glasses, you'll look even worse.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And that.
Yeah, but I feel like glasses are a weird one though, because most people I would be like, don't get glasses, you'll look weird as fuck. Like if you know somebody without glasses, them getting glasses is weird. Although I wear like blue blocker glasses, not like the red. I just have like dollar store ones. And
you can get blue light blockers from the dollar store,
dude. The one that picture that I showed.
I thought blue light was like some like.
I'm sure they don't work. I'm sure.
I didn't even know it was that popular enough to.
I got them at.
The dollar store sells things that you can read off in a English text.
But Five Below is the same thing, except they have like high tech. Have you been to a Five Below before?
Oh yeah.
Dude, when I was in Phoenix, there was a month that I didn't drink, and I had no friends. I lived in a studio apartment. All I did on Saturdays I would just go to Five Below and be like, I bought like a kid's keyboard like this big. I was like, maybe I'll learn how to play music. And then I was like, oh, you can't. This is for toddlers. Yeah. It was insane.
Mary had a little lamb.
I was doing insane shit. I look back at that. But yeah, I bought like blue blocker glasses there, and I don't know if they do anything, but it is nice. Like when I put them on, I know it's time for bed, so it does that at least. You know, have you ever seen have you ever been dating a girl that wears glasses and like it's nighttime, she takes her contacts out and puts her glasses on? I'm like, that's a nice routine to have. Like, oh, I'm going to bed, let me put on my glasses. So my body's like, oh, it's bedtime. I don't know if there's any science behind that, but
there's a whole lot of science.
Oh, baby, there's a whole book about it.
There's a whole lot of brain chemistry.
There's a whole verse in the Bible about that.
Yeah, it's a whole verse.
Oh God, damn.
You ever see that Tubi that commercial that I forget what TV show it is, but there's like, you know, like how they show like certain like whatever to like build hype for the new season or whatever.
Yeah,
there's a scene or whatever. It's just like the girlfriend was talking to the her boyfriend, and she's like, I want you to have a side chick, and he goes, excuse me.
As if that would be anybody's response. We'd all go,
he's like,
really?
He's like, excuse me.
The only response is, really?
I guess that was what he was really going, but like
that's what he should have been going.
It was supposed to be like really cool, be like, what are you even talking about?
You're the only one for me, baby girl.
It's like, like I'm not gonna watch this show, but
no,
but it's so funny to be like, I want you to fuck other bitches, and he's like,
how could you even disrespect me?
What are you talking about?
That's back to that. That's the same guy that's like, how dare you disrespect me? He'd be like, this is disrespectful for you to ask me to fuck another girl.
Meanwhile, the only reason she's offering is because
she's already
he's already cheating all the time.
Yeah.
And he's just like, what?
What? Well, I guess in that case, he is right to be like, what the fuck are you talking about? I guess that's true. Dude, you know what I've been watching? I've been watching Silicon Valley. You ever watch that show?
Yeah, it's a good show.
Yeah. Did you know Henry Phillips is in it?
Oh, really?
He's like he ends up being like not like a big character, but he's like a recurring character, and he's got a ponytail.
Dude, he might be one of my heroes.
Dude, Henry Phillips is one of my favorite comedians.
His style is so deadpan.
Just everything he does.
He must be naturally one of the funniest people ever.
Dude, his movies are, maybe it's just because we're comedians.
Punching Henry.
Those are so good. Punching the Clown and Punching Henry, so fucking good. And
underrated.
He's the only guitar comic that I'm like, not only is this the funniest thing I've ever heard, it's also genuinely like a good song. Like his voice is angelic. He's got a great voice.
He's got like this like West Coast raspy, like stoner kind of but
it's like a stoner that got his shit together, but
like I see so many guitar comics and I roll my eyes.
Yeah.
He's like an authentic real deal.
His is just like I don't even think of him as a guitar comic. I think of him as a musician that he cannot help but write jokes within his songs.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
dude, that Letter in the Mail song.
Yeah, and I got fired from my job.
Oh, dude,
so funny.
Any of you three out there, why don't you guys come sit over here?
Dude, I'll be honest with you. Whenever I
sit next to us.
Whenever I'm feeling
Henry Phillips.
Whenever I'm feeling like stressed out or like overwhelmed or like I'm like, this is terrible. I'll play like one of his songs. I'm like, all right, this is actually because whenever I have money problems, I just like play like Letter in the Mail, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's not so bad. It'll be fine.
You know what? That just made me realize I want to watch Punched by a Clown tonight, because that movie is like, it's such a good example of just like, I just want to follow my dreams, man. I don't give a fuck.
When he's trying to think of the song and he goes out and sees it, or like, oh, you're my inspiration.
Yeah.
And then like the agent thinks that like she actually meant it literally, so he gets a record deal just because of that. Yeah, so that's really funny. How do you even come up with that?
It's so good. And then when he's like, was it him? He complains about the bagels or something.
Yeah, and then they all freak out. Yeah.
They're all like, because they think he's some like big
big time celebrity.
Oh, dude, it's so good.
Yes, so funny. Yeah, he's like that. Yeah, he's one of my heroes, man.
Yeah, I love him. He's good friends with Joe List, and he's done. He did a podcast. I think it was Ari Shafir's podcast with him and Joe List. Not to talk about other podcasts on our podcast, but nobody listens. Who gives a fuck? But it's a great podcast because I feel like Henry Phillips is one of those guys that has like amazing stories and is hilarious, but he doesn't like himself enough to like tell people. And Joe List is his friend, and he's like, tell that story about it. And he's like, oh yeah, so I was at, and then tells the most insane story you've ever heard. And you're like, why aren't you a celebrity, dude? You should be the most famous
he's the most underrated person ever.
So funny. He's so good.
So talented.
You introduced. I didn't know who he was until.
Oh yeah, well he's on
together.
The Todd.
Todd Glass show?
He talk about other podcasts on a podcast.
I love Todd Glass too.
Dude, the Todd Glass show is great.
Todd Glass is...
He used to go hard on his podcast. He had a band.
Yeah, dude.
And he would like spaz the fuck out. It was the best podcast ever when I was in college.
Todd Glass is... I found out about Todd Glass through Getting Dug with High. That used to be... I used to love that show because I lived with my parents. I just started smoking weed. And I worked at a restaurant. I would come home and... all I would have to do, I just had weed in my room, and then I would watch Getting Dug with. It was just like comedians getting high, and it felt like you're in a basement getting high.
Weed is only fun your first couple years.
Yes, it's only fun your first couple years, and then when you're alone doing exactly what you want to be doing. If you have to do anything you don't want to do, it's the worst drug on earth.
When your life is put in neutral,
then
it's like it kind of like sucks.
Yeah, but if you're just like. I think of weed like if I'm married with kids someday, weed will be like what I do. I'll smoke weed when
I'll smoke weed when I'm at my friend's lake house.
Yes.
Listen,
no,
I may never own...
Not even. I'll smoke weed when my wife takes my kids on vacation for some reason, and I'm alone in the house. I'm like, I'm going to get so high. and do whatever I want.
So you're already planning.
It's a selfish drug.
You're already planning on being a silver fox in the comedy scene, because I feel like every sort of I feel like everyone who did a spot on Comedy Central and HBO and is like a seasoned career comic always has that. And then when my kids were away, I smoked weed in the house. And I thought I was trying to be a dick.
No, you're totally right though. No, I was meant to be a celebrity in the 90s.
Yeah. I think me too.
Yeah, I think we would, dude. Yeah. We would have had a sitcom that would have blown King of Queens out of the water. If we would have. Yeah, it would have been like. I would be married to like some dumpy girl. You'd be married to like a hot girl, and they'd be like, "Whoa,
how'd this mix-up happen?"
But then we'd live next to each other. We'd get drunk. We'd fuck each other.
That's literally because I was naming off all the roles I could probably get if I got tried to be an actor, and I had at the bakery, the owner, she was dying. I was like, cop. Thug, or
I think you
funny friend. I think neighbor.
No, I think you would have a lot of
obnoxious neighbor.
Anything Zach Galifianakis is doing, I think you could do. You have a similar
just very autistic.
Yeah, but lovable, not annoying autistic. Because there's annoying autistic as well, which is Silicon Valley, the main guy. It's like, bro, just quit being autistic. For 1 second, just be like a guy.
Yeah.
But no, that a lovable autistic guy, that's the best. And you're not autistic. You can lean towards autism once in a while.
Yeah.
But you're not like
if I have a lapse in mental health, I can get real autistic.
Yeah. But you social but
if I see other autistic people, I'll just be like,
what's this guy's fucking problem? What's this weirdo's problem?
You guys ever notice that they're like, you have the same behavior patterns as that guy, so you two should be teaming up.
Yeah, you're pointing at a mirror. There's not even another guy there.
I'm at the house of mirrors, just being like, look at this.
Look at this fucking idiot. Yeah. That's a fun show. Just an autistic guy that hates autistic people.
Dude, I could write a show about that. Yeah. I always beef with other. I think it's a competitive world. I feel like autistic people are actually very competitive.
I don't know that I've met an autistic person that I disliked in my life, because I think anything that people don't like about them, I find funny. Like when they're like just
the brutal honesty.
I
don't like you.
Or like, dude, there's this kid on my track team in college that I went to college in 2009. Autism wasn't you had to be like severely autistic for anybody to mention it. But this kid on my team, like looking back, was like very not like he was very obviously very functional, but he was like the kind of autistic people you hear about that do big things. He was very smart and but he just socially did not get anything. Like we'd like make a joke and he'd just be like, I don't see why that's funny. I don't see just crazy. One time we had a party at our house, and he lived off campus with his parents, and then he showered at this girl on our team. He showered in her dorm hall, and he left his towel, and that girl was hooking up with a guy, and it wasn't like he wasn't in love with this girl. He literally was like, "Can I use your shower?" And she was like, "Yeah," and he left his towel. So then we're at this party, and she was upstairs hooking up with somebody, and he was like, I need to go get her so I can get my towel. And we were like, bro,
don't do this.
They're busy. And he was like, no, I need my towel. And he just freaked out, and we had to calm him down and be like, bro,
get it tomorrow.
I'll give you one of my towel, whatever. Just you can't do that. Anyways,
there's this butthole marks all over the towel.
Just a perfect star. The brown star.
Maybe he was right.
Yeah. No, he definitely was right.
You know what? No, trust me. There's shit stains all over it. I need this towel.
Dude, I loved it. I thought he was so funny. And also, I mean, looking back, we were bullying him a little bit, but he was down with it most of the time. one of the funniest things that's ever happened. This is going to sound really mean, but keep in mind we didn't know we just thought he was a nerd. We didn't know he was autistic. He got
that's the same thing.
Yeah, I guess. Well, now I get it, but I was like 19 years old. Dude, he got so he lived off campus. He drove. We had like a party house. He drove to our house, parked in our back parking lot. Then he got so fucked up he couldn't stand up. Like he was like on the couch like trying to stand up and he kept falling down and falling asleep. And then everyone left and he was just on our couch. And we decided, and I think he might have even puked like on our couch. But we were like, yeah, like let's get him blanket. So we were like preparing to like
protect him from getting a DUI or killing somebody.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we were taking care of him. I think that's important.
But also, if you're getting sloppy like that, you have to get made fun of. You have to be shamed.
There's gonna be repercussions.
You're doing something shameful.
Yeah, you're in somebody else's house acting a fool. You're gonna be made fun of.
You need to be shamed for this.
Yeah. So what I did, is I woke him up. He weighed probably 95 pounds. I woke him up and I scooped him and I go, Greg, you got to go, man. You got to drive home. And he was like, no, I can't. I'm drunk. And I was like, you got to drive home. And I picked him up and carried him to the parking lot.
Oh my God.
And he was screaming,
don't make me drive.
He was like, don't make me drive. I'm too drunk. And I brought him all the way to his car, and then I was like, I'm messing with you, dude. I'm not going to make you drive him. But it's a very fun prank to pull.
Yo, that's so funny.
On a really drunk guy, just convincing him that like he has no other option. He's just like, whoa, no.
Dude, if it was me, I'd be like, all right, I'm leaving. Here we
go. Also, I forgot to mention this. So he lived with his parents like the first 2 years. The year that I'm talking about, he lived in an apartment like 3 blocks away. So he probably could have, like, we could have just walked him home. Yeah. But we let him sleep at our house, and he puked all over our couch, and we had to flip the cushion.
Oh, dude, I remember in high school, we played Slap the Bag. We drank wine. Actually, no, it was my first freshman year of college, actually. Yeah, first, like, week of college. Yeah. We played, it was there was a girl I went to a Christian teen Bible camp with.
Oh, brother, that's when I peaked. Genuinely,
dude,
Christian Bible camp,
I was a loser.
I peaked.
I was a loser in middle school and high school, but I was the man in Christian teen Bible camp.
Yep.
Dude,
I was the dude.
We would do the I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. You know that song?
I was going to lie to you and say, I know what you're talking about. At Christian school, that was like blasphemous. At our Christian camp, it was only made up Christian songs that
they really made. Ours was a little more hippied out.
Yeah. You
there were like tie-dye shirts there.
Yeah.
There was like a band.
Oh, dude, tie-dye was communist. They would have been like, what are you, a fucking like, communist?
What is this? Somebody's fucking...
What are you, a damn Democrat?
What is a rag used to clean up after an abortion?
Genuinely, dude, it was that crazy. We would play sports like there. So there was, our camp was split up into 2 teams, Romans and Galatians. Yeah. I was on the Galatians. Guess how many times out of like the 10 years that the camp had been going on, the Galatians had lost every single year. Oh, yeah. I got, of course, me and my brothers were all Galatians. We got put on the Galatian team, but you'd play like sports
against the Blasians.
No, you'd play against the Romans. So we wore blue and they wore red. So we are cool blue. We are cool blue.
We're just like, who can nail Jesus to the cross faster?
No, it was a good song. It was we are cool blue. We are cool blue. We are COOLBLU fighting for our victory. We're cool blue. So we'd and they had like, we are red hot. So we'd have like these songs. Looking back, when you're so dumb to not realize how insane it was fun to be like,